What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Abstract Advocat tutorial. Today we're playing the Black Grimoire Cursebreaker. No, I'm kidding. That actually hurt my voice. I was not prepped to do a different voice. Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, my throat was not ready to do a different voice. Hello, 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 hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to another episode of Skyrim Discovers. What's going on YouTube? I think I saw a dead baby on YouTube this morning. Pretty fucked up. Old ass YouTube shit. I mean, shame on me, but I watch a guy on YouTube who does, I gotta say, it's pretty neat. He does a series where he remakes Last Request meals. I can't remember the guy's channel name. But he basically looks at, like, people's final meals and, like, he remakes them and then ranks them. But, like, I mean, like, it's a pretty grotesque thing, like, because there's, I mean, always things that get people put on fucking death row. So, like, there's some pretty gruesome things going on, in the retellings. But today, they did the, Hindenburg baby one, where the Hindenburg baby gets kidnapped. And, like, I don't know if it was, like, a fake picture or if he actually showed a fucking picture of the baby. But it was kind of fucked up. Took me back to that early internet day where, like, or those early internet days where, like, you didn't know what you were gonna see on the internet. It was like, it was kind of fucked up. But as soon as I went into the comments, people were just like, you guys wouldn't survive on the early internet. And I was just like, oh wait, that's right, like, I was on the early internet, I didn't survive. That shit was fucking gross. I always remember, like, thinking to myself, like, damn, like, I can't hang, I can't look at that shit. And then, like, years later, I just remember thinking to myself, like, what the fuck was wrong with those kids? Like, what fucked up shit was going on with you that you were fucking casually looking at that shit? Like, my god. I used to always feel like the odd one out, and then one day I was just like, wait. Why do you guys go home and look this shit up? Because it's funny. Like, pretty fucking gross. Like, I'm good. All I need is, yeah, no. What you described sounds awful to look at. I think I'm good. Now, did I miss out on some of the culture? Maybe. Why do I feel like I'm zooming? Oh, it's because I still feel like I'm zooming. Kinda. I missed out on a little bit of culture, I'd say. Alright, so now here's where things get kinda crazy. I am... Oh, he's stuck in the woods. Capable of just going straight back to the house. But I'm not going to, because nothing has respawned. Meats. Actually, that's hilarious that you bring that up, because that's the one and only that I've seen. Because I remember everybody bragging, like, how many they got to, and I remember thinking, like, okay, I can do this. And I remember watching, like, 4 or 5 rotations and just being like, no. Is this it? Like, were you guys fucking with me this whole time? It's just like, no, dude, that's it. That was it. How many did you make? It's like 6 or something like that. I just remember thinking, like, did you guys just walk away from your computers with it on? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But that's hilarious that you bring that up. That's the only one I actually looked at ever from back. Oh, wait, no, I was supposed to run back. Ooh, whoops. That's so funny. That's the only one of, like, all of the famous ones that I could probably try to list. And I don't want to try to list them. Just in case there's anybody here who has a slight, just minor innocence left in them. Just, you don't even need to look them up. If you've made it this far, you're smart enough not to look them up now. But now we have the term not safe for life. Those are just good old classics. They haven't, what's crazy is they haven't evolved. Are there like new jump scare videos that like aren't, you know, 480p? Although I will say, I have an active fear of the Too Many Cooks video. Not a good experience, man. Not a good experience. That commercial fucked me up. That's modern horror, man. I think the first YouTube video that I ever watched that was like, yo, this is what the internet's all about, was that famous spider doc, like fake, well, I guess it's a mockumentary, where like they give the like spiders drugs and they do different like goofy shit on drugs. I think that was like the first video I watched on YouTube that I was just like, oh yeah, the internet's gonna be good. The first video I ever remember watching was fucking a, like, trampoline competition or something like that. It was, I don't even remember, like, the video or anything about it. I just remember my friend showing me, like, he had YouTube on his computer. And I just remember being like, I don't know what that is. And then he showed me the song Barbie Girl. And I was like, this is a fucking bop. And he was like, you can't tell anybody about this. And I was just like, why? But, nope. Back in the 90s, yeah, you got bullied for fucking dancing around banging to fucking Barbie Girl. Here in 2024, you can work to that if you want. But, no. 90s, 2000s, you couldn't be dancing to Barbie Girl in a basement. Well, you could. That was like the only safe place you could dance to. It was in somebody's basement. I have to say, I actually prefer the timing of the sword because it's easier to get the attack block combo down. With the dagger, it's almost too fast. You're like blocking attacks, and cutting yourself off sometimes. I mean, obviously there's a benefit to that. If you can learn the rhythm, you're just gonna be doing even better. But alright, so we're gonna boop, 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 boop. Alright, we're at 95. I need, like, how many? Fucking a lot. I need so many. Alright, so now we take out the captains. And then we run back and the regular guys should respawn. So again, this is like a massive exploit. I guess I'm gonna have to get on Discord because I have been streaming this game for about a week now, and I haven't gotten to meet the devs. Not that I should, but I just, you know, there's literally only 2 of us streaming it. Excuse me. I don't use Discord. I just don't. Just not how I roll. It's probably something to do with me being on the spectrum, but man, I've been like, what would even be the term? I've attempted diagnosis. But I literally just got told that there was nothing wrong with me, and I am simply the most pessimistic millennial that they've ever had the displeasure of meeting. I can remember it. But I just remember thinking, like, what the fuck does that mean? She said, I think it means you're just not gonna do anything. It's like anything? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? And she said that pre-pandemic, so like I can only be more pessimistic if I had to imagine. So like, hate for her to see me now. Oh, absolutely. But I remember after that just thinking to myself, like, what was the copay here? Did I just pay to have that experience? It was like, I think I can actually work through my problems better with a thing of Oreos and a new video game than that lady fucking just treated me. But honestly, again, it was pre-pandemic, so I'd have to guess that as soon as the pandemic hit, she probably getting retired or was long retired like before then. But she was just some honestly decrepit old lady who I think was ready to get out because she was just like, I've never seen a man in my life. Why am I seeing men all of a sudden? What the fuck? Like, this is so fucking weird. I've never had to deal with a grown-ass man. He's talking about feelings. Hold on. I don't know. It literally, like, it was the weirdest fucking thing as soon as I sat down. Because it was just like, It was like, I liked that. It didn't, like... I'm not going to go into all the details, but, like, there was a big emphasis on, like, not discriminating, like, each other. And, like, there was a equal footing and all this stuff. And then, like, I got there and it was just like, equal footing? It's like, this lady's, like, 3 feet tall and 200 years old. Like... If she's not, she's filled with enough sodium to look preserved. But, nope, I think we were just 2 completely different, like, conflicting sides of the world at that moment. And she was just like, he literally just complaining about the, like, the dumbest shit ever. And it's just like, okay, lady, like, do you know anything about modern problems? And again, I don't think she did. I genuinely think she just thought, like, an entirely different worldview than I did. And not, like, honestly, it makes, funny enough, as I'm saying this, it makes me the bigger person. But, like, I just genuinely think she wasn't capable of helping me. Now, if I'd have been like a 60, 70-year-old man who was trying to figure out like why I kept snapping at my family, um, because every time we have a family gathering, I have to call my fucking nephew something different. She probably could have helped there. She probably could have explained to a 50-year-old man why he's yelling at everybody. But I don't think she was equipped to deal with my problems as a younger person in this world. Honestly, it would have been one of those situations where I could have just probably flipped the whole thing and just been like, okay, well, what do you think rent costs? What do you think minimum wage is? And she'd just like, she would have been blown away and just confused, but nope. Instead, I got a bad. God, I don't even remember how long it was. It was just terrible. Again, I don't even remember if it was therapy or if like I was trying to get one of my fucking. I can't even remember because at one time I lost my ADD medication or ADHD. I can't remember what they fucking changed it to. God damn government. But they changed the scheduling of it, so you had to see a psychiatrist, I think, to be re-prescribed. I can't even remember, man. It's been, I think it's been 5 years since all this, but I remember going to multiple people, and then that was like the last one, because I was just like, okay, this is literally just not worth it. I can't, it's like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, what actually is this? And then, again, the pandemic would hit, things would change, and I would get to see from the outside. It's just like, oh, I am not the only person, like, getting treated like shit. Like, as soon as therapy became a little more mainstream, where is everybody at? This sucks. I just wasted a bunch of time. Hoping somebody would respawn. As soon as therapy got like a little more mainstream, people were like, you gotta shop around a bit. You gotta. And it was like, oh yes, other people had to shop around, but no, not the same degree. Oh geez, my throat. But I have been meaning to go back now that things are a bit different. Again, that was also 5 years ago, so a lot of my problems are like totally different now, and not that I can solve them on my own, but I've gotten a lot better at identifying my problems, acknowledging them, and then working on them. I've learned to realize that you can't just conquer a problem about yourself, especially if it's something you've done your entire life. But there are things you can learn to do to not do them. You're still going to do them, but to not do them. There's a lot of work to be done on the person. What is it? I can't remember what the saying is off the top of my head, but like, who you are is what you do first, and who you really are is how you feel afterwards, or something like that. I can't remember. But like, it basically just like everybody acts in the moment, and then like it's like, oh god, like I just fucking, that spider was fucking carrying babies. Oh god, no. Ah, I could have just carried it outside. And it's like, yeah, everybody would have smashed a fucking spider in their shower the size of a goddamn quarter. Like, I can't believe you're giving a shit that it had babies on its back. Like, I would have killed it twice as fast. And it's like, oh, Jesus, no, it had babies. I should have got it outside. Like, that's the important part right there. That afterthought. Like, again, you're in the shower, big ass fucking spider lands on your head. What are you gonna do? You're gonna freak out. Doesn't make you a bad person. But But thinking to yourself like, oh god, I could have dried off, caught it. It was like it was scared. I was scared. I could have done something about it. That makes you that makes you a good person. Having that, it's that second thought. Again, everybody reacts in the moment. Don't beat yourself up because you did something in the heat of the moment. There's many heats of the moment throughout your life. Even if you hide inside your house, you will create an environment where the heat of the moment can be something as small as getting the perfect temp on a burrito. Don't be afraid to fuck up. It'll happen. Even if you try to hide from it, like I just said, if you try to hide from fucking up, you will create an environment where fucking up is inevitable. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be in the environment where a fuck up can be as small as, again, misheating a burrito. Because it's gonna happen. You just move on from that. You want your fuck ups to be big. Big, memorable, learnable. Don't hide from them. They'll come to you no matter what. Allow the small ones to be nothing more. Excuse me. Because again, you don't need to look for it. It'll come to you. And, if you're lucky, you get very few of them. Some people get, like, none of them, and it's fucked up. Sometimes your biggest fuck up in life is being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And there's literally nothing you can do about that. Again, you can hide from that and then still create that situation. Not saying destiny's fixed, but like, if you're afraid of being like in the situation where you're gonna piss yourself in the spelling bee so you never get into spelling bees, you could end up on the path where suddenly you're into motocross and at the starting line, you piss yourself. Although, no, it'd be worse. No, when would you piss yourself and it'd matter? Because if you pissed yourself at the start of a motocross race, you'd probably dry out, wouldn't you? When would you have to piss yourself at a motocross? Honestly, the design of the outfit would probably hide it if you pissed yourself. I don't know, you don't even have to piss yourself. Maybe you shit yourself in a Macy's. Excuse me. Oh my god. So, I lied to everybody. I am so sorry. We do not have a wildfire burning. I guess it's actually a giant fucking dust storm from actually like our neighboring state and country. The country's Mexico. I will say that. I actually don't even know if we're touching Mexico, but we're close enough that like we get dust from them. So like, I guess what's happening, and this is kind of scary, is there's so much wind in those areas, and now here, because it's a front, that it's carrying the dust, like, from there to here, and while it, like, comes through here, it's picking up all the burnt ash and stuff, so it smells like a fire, but it's actually just a bunch of burnt dust, which is really fucking gross, and, like, bad. Like, not great to live out here. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's great to live out here. It just doesn't want you to live out here. I mean, it's a desert. Being very clear that it doesn't want you to exist out here. Personally, my biggest obsession being out here is the winters. It's, I'd say, at the highest of the day, it's probably 60 degrees, and at the lowest, it's 30. No, I shouldn't even say that. It's maybe 40. Maybe 40. The winters in the desert of the United States are phenomenal. Any of them. Any of the deserts. Death Valley kind of sucks. Oh wow, I've never actually been able to reach him from anywhere. There's no way I can get his loot, right? Ah, bitch. Yeah, I would probably say Death Valley is the only one to not live in. I don't think anybody lives in Death Valley. I don't know. Okay, no captain, no capitan. But no, I lived in a deciduous rainforest. Well, no, that's not true. I lived in technically drove through Death Valley when we moved. I've never actually been to Death Valley. I don't know the names of the deserts, but I've been to Nevada, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I haven't gone to California yet. And then like I've seen a lot of like the high deserts, like Colorado and stuff like that. Utah. Like that's a different kind of desert. It's still kind of a desert. Especially some spots in Utah. I've never been to California though. I'm honestly afraid of California. I don't handle a lot of people well. Like if there's too many people around me, I'm not doing hot. I've always been like that. Actually, I haven't always been like that. What I've always been like is tolerable about around other people. So like I'm just about myself where I'm just like, okay, just like focus on your hands, keep your hands in your pocket, keep your hands in your pocket, look at your feet. And then like as an adult, it's just kind of like to the point where it's just like, I'd rather be alone. So I never get to focus on what I want to when I'm surrounded by people. It just freaks me out. Crazily enough, though, like I finally got like with a group of friends as an adult and got to go to like the zoo one time, and it was just like, oh, right on. Like, you know what? Let's open some of those real quick. Let's reset the pirates. It was just like, right on. Like, let's go to the zoo. And like it was like so depressing as like an adult because it was just like we're all a bunch of wildlife people who are like in the middle of getting our degrees and stuff like that, and it was just like, yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. And like we were looking at like just the care of the animals and everybody in like their respective field was just like, oh, you should never do that to this animal. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, they're feeding it those? Oh god. And it's just like, oh, this has not been a fun trip. Nice, 34,000. I remember, I can't even remember what was going on, but I remember going into the reptile house and the snake just looked like it was dying. And like I told the people and they were just like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. We take care of our animals here at the blah blah blah. Okay, so that's only at 26, so we need to bump that. Yeah, those two need bumped up. Alright, so nice. We are killing it. Who is, oh, the captain. Shit. I thought it was one of the pirate crews. I'll take that. I'll be taking that, matey. So far, my favorite, like, just straight up deserts where there's nothing. Um, I'd probably like California's too, because I think they have a Joshua Tree forest. But I was in, I think, Vegas? Was it Vegas or Arizona? It was so close to them. But I was going to the Hoover Dam, which is in Vegas. But I passed through, like, it was a Joshua National Tree Forest or State Park or something. It wasn't the official one from California. But it was beautiful. The Joshua trees are crazy. Although I'd have to say, and I've never seen it, they'd probably be like terrifying at night. Because like there's a lot of animals in the desert that'll just fuck you up. And like normally one of the benefits about the desert is if you take like a flashlight out, you can shine it and see pretty well around yourself. But like, I don't know, the fucking Joshua Tree National Forest, there's like legit trees. So it's just like, not my favorite. But it was beautiful. Vegas was really cool. Like environmentally, I didn't like Vegas at all. But like the Red Rocks were super cool to like check out. I didn't get to go there for very long because I wasn't like desert savvy because I was just visiting. That's another thing. Unless you live in the desert, like people underestimate that shit, and it's to not be underestimated. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to me. People just go to the desert and are just like, nah, I'm gonna bring 16 ounces of water and we're gonna do a 10-mile hike, and it's like you're gonna die. It's like some poor firefighter is gonna think about you for the rest of the year, and then you're gonna become a statistic to him. Like that's fucked up. But I do love it out here. I would go back east. Well, I have multiple times. But man, the humidity, it gets me. Like it crushes me. Um, I genuinely just can't stand the humidity. Oh, damn it. Alright, well, fuck me. Drinkable air. Yeah, no, I went back twice since originally going to because when I first went to the desert, it was just like, oh my god. I get it. You guys, a dry heat, like it literally feels like you're in an oven. Like I can feel the moisture leaving my mouth. My lips are cracking, and they're like, you gotta drink more. And it's like, drink more. I'm dying. And then like the summer hit, and it was just so hot that I remember thinking at night, like I can't do this. Like I'm genuinely going to rip my skin off. And then the winter hit, and I remember thinking to myself, like, oh god, this is miserable. And then all of a sudden, like one day I woke up and it was cold, and I remember thinking, like, wait, what the fuck? I'm cold. And I looked like at like the thermometer, and it was like 50 degrees or something like that, and I was like, what the wait, what? I'm cold. What the fuck is going on? And then, like, the sun came out and it went up to, like, 70 degrees or something like that. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I need to put, like, pants on. Like, this is not shirt and shorts. What's happening? I can wear shirts and shorts till, like, 50 degrees, 30 degrees, 20 degrees. I can wear shirt and shorts and anything. And then all of a sudden I realized I was adapting to, like, the super hot, like, summers. And then, I don't know, after that winter, I was just sold because there was no snow, there was no sleet, it didn't rain and get, like, unbelievably cold, and then since it rained for so long, it turned to snow, and then everything froze over, and then town was shut down for a couple of days because it was dangerous to drive, and nobody had food at their houses, so people fucking died. I love snow and ice, but the second the fucking county snowplow hits it, it's ruined. I'm sure from atop a castle it is beautiful. But when you're down there with the rest of us plowing the brick roads so that us peasants can take care of the harvest, it ain't so pretty. When everybody's chucking their buckets out into the streets, it's a little less beautiful. Just a saying. I do miss it though. And it's one thing that I'm like glad this feels like, I don't even, is this regionist? Privileged? Is this privileged? No, it's not privileged. Is it privileged? But, like, I'm glad I grew up with snow days. Like, that, I never realized that wasn't a thing people had. Like, again, I grew up with them. I didn't realize that snow days weren't a thing for everybody. Like, it's wild for me to think that, like, every winter people aren't just like, oh my god, please, 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 yes, no school! Woo! Because a fucking, like, giant cloud of frozen water fell enough in one area that you don't have to go to school. Like, I feel privileged for saying that, but, like, again, I lived in a village where, like, we had low-income areas, and, like, it's not like they had to go to school, too. Like, were they privileged? But, like, when you think about it on a grand scheme, yeah, we were privileged because we got to go to a school that was well off enough that we didn't have to show up every day. I mean, there's some schools where fucking snow ain't stopping you in any degree. But, like, are they privileged? Like, school is a... I feel like school's a right. I think it's a right not everybody has gotten to exercise. I think there is no privilege to an education. I think everybody has a right to an education. That's fucked up. There are so many minds being created every moment that it's like, this is fucked up. As a person who likes RNG, I think it's fucked up that we're not checking every single person brought into existence for max intelligence. How would you know? How would you know? You gotta check every roll. You never know when the next max intelligence character is going to be rolled. Is that fucked up? That's not fucked up. That feels fucked up, but, like, I think it's only because the world we live in is fucked up where, like, not every kid is given an opportunity to shine bright like a diamond. Oh god, my timing was bad. Yeah, because if I could just, and, like, it's funny that I say this because I can now. That's weird. My mind just warped. If I could just sit at home every day and play video games, I would love to live in a state where there's like snow and rain all the time. I can enjoy it through the window. But now I actually live somewhere where I'm capable of going outside every single day, and now I sit inside. But I am glad every day that I live with my mom, because oh god, when I see the second I see smoke in the sky, I like I panic. And I like, even if I lived on my own in my own mansion with my beautiful family that was perfect, it would like haunt me to know that my mom has animals at her house that like some person we're paying just above minimum wage to watch has to like drive them somewhere secure. Again, not cooked to death themselves because you know there's a giant fire coming towards them. But it's just like it makes me a lot more, I wouldn't say happy, but better off knowing that it's in my hands. It's my call when we get out of here, which makes me feel a lot better about her animals. Yeah, I mean, again, I guess maybe I would feel different if I didn't live here with her, but I have the feeling that my mom's pets would still be my pets, even if I was an adult. Just kind of like how when you're a kid, your pets are your parents' pets. Like, I would love to meet the crazy responsible kid who, like, the parents were like, all right, and you're going to take care of it and raise it and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, the kid actually managed to do it. Like, yep, I got a job at the local food lion so I can support my dog. They told me I could only push carts and fill bags. How old are you? 12. Parents said if I got a dog, I had to take care of it. What the fuck? I think they just meant, like, take it outside. Nope. I got it. Just got his shots last week. Cost me 2 weeks' salary. I'm not allowed to work past 8. Thinking about getting a second one. Dog? No. Job. Although I have to say, they didn't have dogs because they were too busy working to get out of their shitty homes. But I did know kids who had jobs as soon as they could, so they could move out of their shitty homes because their families sucked. I also know kids who lived at home with their shitty families and had jobs so they could save even more money. You know, there's always another step up. I'm realizing. You never have to feel like you're being outdone, but there is always somebody just trying a little harder to get out of their situation. And it's not that it's a competition. It's just that when you look to the top, sometimes you realize the people up there aren't always the ones grinding the hardest, because some of the ones grinding the hardest are down at the bottom just trying to survive. And it's kind of crazy. But life's fucking weird, twisted, peculiar. Like evolution, adaptation, it's just random. Just because something's good doesn't mean it's going to proliferate. Proliferate? Proliferate. It might have the advantage over everything in the environment, but random bolt of lightning. And you're thinking, that doesn't kill everything. Second random bolt of lightning, same spot. Blue collar workers use higher level maths and more regularly than... Oh, I mean, yeah, it's again, it's just wild. And it's one of those things with smartphones that's like, I was having this conversation one day. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, this is 14 and I'm deep, but like, I was wondering if people nowadays feel like a different type. Oh, did I not pick up this box? Oh, that's embarrassing. Um, if like we have the same amount of stress or like a different kind of stress because we see everybody's problems around us. Um, and like I only thought about this because like I don't know, man. When you watch like YouTube and stuff nowadays, the amount of skilled workers you see that live in like the worst possible conditions, it's just crazy. Um, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna kill this guy and then go back. But I was watching this video. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and use all those things real quick and let the pirates reset. But I was watching this video of this guy like cut like wood and stuff into little animals, and it was just like crazy because I was just thinking like the calculations he must be doing in his head to like get these boxes to turn out perfect with no measurements or anything is just absurd. Like it's crazy to me, and he's pumping out these little like figures to sell on the side of the road for money, and it's just like it's just absurd. Like again, it's like I was saying, like there's too many brains out there for us to not just be like, you know what? Let's get it. Oh God, is that how? That's Ender's Game shit. Oh God, is that eugenics? It's just crazy to me. There's just so many minds out there that like I don't know. It's like a big ass fucking shape puzzle, and it's like I don't know why we're not just shoving every squishy fucking pink brain into each slot and seeing does this one fit? This one fit? Okay, you solve these problems. Solve these problems. This guy's really good at this shit, but instead, we're still living in a weird ass fucking time. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm starting to border on Futurama job chip shit. Oh, forget my crates. Although I'm thinking like instead of job chip, like where everybody's sad about the thing, or not everybody's sad, but not like I don't know. I feel like there's just literally a way, and we know this. There's like a way to figure out what people enjoy and are good at, and we can let them do that and let society function off of that. Like it's crazy to me. Like a good example is there's people who want to be plumbers, but like they don't have the money to go to the fucking school to get certified. They don't have the time to get an apprenticeship, and they don't have the car to get from house to house to apprentice on top of that. Like it's just crazy. And then on top of that, it's like, oh, we got a worker shortage. People don't want to be plumbers. And it's like, well, no. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird to me. Like mechanics. I wonder how many people would want to be mechanics if it wasn't so difficult to get your foot in the door and learn about being a mechanic. Not saying I would. Mechanic, like, cars confuse the shit out of me. But and desk jobs. Like the amount of people who just want to sit at a desk and not be bothered and do their jobs day to day, like incredible. They could be fucking offices filled with these people and big rooms where you can't see each other instead of shitty cubicles where you can hear like each other breathe. Um, we could be a high functioning society, but nah, we're still being weird. Oh, was that my first 40? Yep, that's crazy. Okay, we're almost there, man. Like, oh god, what country is it? It's one of them, I don't even know who it is. I don't even want to venture into this, but I'm going to. I'm actually super excited to see that country building the goddamn dystopian wall. I want to see how that shit turns out. It's either going to be, like, scary and, like, within the first few weeks, people are going to be like, save us! Or it's going to be like, shit, man. Room's filled up, and all of a sudden you can't move into the greatest part of the world. Is it Dubai? Okay, that sounds right, because, like, I remember, like, hearing somebody was making this crazy walled city and just being like, oh, yeah, of course, okay. But, like, on the flip side, like, I can very easily seeing it being one of those situations where it's just like, oh, yeah, dude, blah, blah, blah moved in, and now there's constant parties, and there's a fucking market all around it, and the next 2 blocks over are now successful in selling these. I don't know, man. I'm very interested to see how a society if they can actually build it. I am very interested to see how a society can function when given, like, all the tools to survive. So, like, yes, but, like, only if they, like, actually build it that way. I have a hard time believing that there's not going to be just, like, an entire floor or 2 dedicated to delivery systems and stuff like that. Now, here's what's gonna happen. Will those floors be overrun by pirates who hijack said cargoes and then are run by, like, wall mobs and families within the wall? Possibly. I don't know. But again, I'm very interested to see how it turns out. Because, like, again, as somebody who, like, could just live inside their house for the rest of their life, it'd be kind of cool. But, like, I genuinely am just wondering if it's just going to be one giant, like, Uber Eats kind of deal where, like, yeah, you just live inside the giant walled city and, oh, he dropped an oak bow. Yes. And everybody's kind of in the shit show together. Alright, so I didn't bring any healing, and I'm dying. So, it's bad. All it takes is one traffic jam. I don't, like, I have not looked too much into it, because, again, when I first read about it, I thought it was just, like, another one of their stupid, like, bullshit hair-schemed ideas, or harebrained ideas, or whatever. But if I had to guess, I'm guessing the whole thing functions off of, like, a public transit. The concept photos I saw from forever ago, it didn't even look like it had a main road. It looked like it was just going to be green space down the center. Oh, absolutely. Hence the fact that the first thing they did was build islands off their fucking coast. All they had to, and this is the most depressing part, stupid fucking idiots. All they had to do was open it up to, like, biologists, and it would have been a boomin'. All they had to do was open it up to biologists. And then the biologist would have been like, oh shit, check out this fucking ecosystem that nobody's gotten to see for the last 50 years because it's been scary. And yeah, then you just open it up to the tourist industry. But nope, they fucking dredged it, sanded it, and killed it. So now they're gonna fucking destroy the desert and make a giant city. That's why I don't give a shit. When I mean, like, they're gonna ruin it anyways. Like, you can't trust them to do something good with the environment. So if they're gonna build some super high-tech city, you might as well let them. And I think they've shown, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. I think they've shown interest in recent years in letting other people into their country. Not that it's a good thing. Where are my acorns? Where are my acorns? There they are. But you know, a little outside perspective can change one's worldview by quite a bit. So depending on who ends up populating said super city, could change their entire country's future, which would be, you know, better for many people. A great many of people. Book of Magic, 32,000. Oh wait, oh, defense is still the lowest. Big sad. I mean, and it's crazy to me. I am a very depressed person, but I am healthy enough that I shouldn't be dying by my own hand in the next few days. But so if I die, it was them. That's what I'm saying. But I think it'd be pretty cool if you know, some of the big oil companies and countries got together in their desert countries and developed some, you know, sick-ass electric vehicles that run off, you know, the sun. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're pretty into that oil money. But, you know, they definitely have the money to develop electric vehicles. And, like, they keep bitching there's not enough of that good old oil around the world. So, like, you know, you'd think they'd have the desire to. Looking at you too, United States, you got big-ass deserts full of sun. Although they are too busy selling those deserts full of sun to those said people with oil. So that they can grow fucking alfalfa in the deserts of Arizona, I think. That was, like, one of the funniest things to come out during, like, the last few years of, like, this shit-slinging of the Republican Party. Was just like, well, the Republicans are letting fucking people grow alfalfa in the deserts of Arizona while farmers are struggling to get water. And it was like, wait, what? Couple Google searches. Holy shit, what the fuck? Why are we selling land to random countries for fucking growing desert... What? Desert alfalfa and cotton? Well, they don't want to grow it in their own countries because the water's a scarcity, so they grow it here because we give them a good deal. We don't even give our own people a good deal. Oh, I heard about this. Stonehenge got spray painted by that same anti-oil fund that threw suit. So, yeah, I was going to say, I heard that they were funded by the same oil companies. Which is, okay, so I was, like, really banking on this. I thought when, like, the next generation of, like, trust fundee kids got to take over, like, Mammy and Pappy's businesses, that we were gonna see, like, a lot of good changes. I think we're just seeing a lot of, like, Gen Z kids basically do really good PR for their families. Okay, that's the pirate, so the captain's not back. Because one of my favorite protein drinks went to shit. And, like, I mean, like, it wasn't... Wait, what's going on here? Oh, my sweatpants are all tangled up. The little tie on them. Because, like, their branding and their flavor and drink and everything hadn't changed for, like, 30 or 40 years. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, check it out. We got soy and we got nut butter and we got this and we... No dairy whatsoever. And, like, they taste terrible now. And it's just like, Oh, I mean, like, that could be too. I also just know that, like, again, as younger generations take over for their families, they're more conscious of, like, their online image. So, like, paying some protesters to throw some paint on your store and then doing something good for the environment's really good PR. It makes you look like you're having the high ground. And all you have to do is pay, like, 20 of your good friends to fucking be shitheads. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being sadistic. I do hate the fact that they tried to fucking update my goddamn favorite protein shake to be more fucking... We're trying to be more conscious of everybody's dietary needs. And it's like, they taste terrible now. I literally stopped buying your product because they taste so fucking bad. Ugh. Which is, like, really funny because, like, I don't think they were totally I think they used, like, a couple animal products. Ugh, God, I hate that. I hate when people, like, I get it. You want to save the animals, but it's like, why do you have to ruin other people's product enjoyment for fucking... Like, again, we were talking about this earlier, like, yes, I get there's, like, fucking, there's horse and cow and stuff in the gelatin and the gummy bears I eat and the gummy worms and all that stuff, but, like, it's just, like, I'm not dying because of it. We live in a fucked up world where those horses and cows are going to die anyways, and, like, unless we were in a perfect society, I'm hard-pressed to believe that they weren't fucking, gonna die for some shitty reason anyways. I didn't harvest this box. Am I waiting for this right now? Did I harvest this box? Shit, I can't remember. I don't want to stand here and wait. I have 6. No, I came here with extra. I think I need to harvest this box. I can't... Holy crap. Did I showed up. I killed him. Did I harvest this and kill him? I can't remember. Ugh, I don't even know why you would bother with the fucking... Like, no, I don't know anything more about the situation than what you've just told me. Shit, dude, I'm not waiting around any longer. I don't even know why you would bother. Just fucking put the interchange in. It's like the, fucking pipeline for the Dakota Access Pipeline. Like, not that I'm on the side of the fucking shitty fucking oil company, but it's just like, if you were going to, like, illegally put the pipeline in on their, like, land, just fucking do it. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, why do you have to, like, wild to me. Like, quit the facade that you're trying to work with these people. Like, we know you're awful, awful people. Like, who was it? Wizards of the Coast? They were the first ones to, like, actually, I think, have people's trust. And then them motherfuckers called the Pinkertons on that one guy. Like, I think people are slowly realizing that these corporations are, like, not on our side. They're scary. But, like, again, it kills me that, like, the corporations are still trying to keep that, like, 1950s America. Like, we're a family, and Coca-Cola's on your side. Like, didn't you fund a war? Okay, yeah, those... Oh, they did come back. Ah, see? Okay, I was worried about that. Alright, so let's go back to the beginning. And open a bunch of boxes and let the pirates reset. Because I've completely fucked up the respawns. The captain... Should I wait for the captain to spawn? Maybe? No. Just get going. I did not fight in the Dakota Access Pipeline standoff. I knew a bunch of people who dropped out of school to go fight. I know a bunch of people who dropped out of school to go do a bunch of drugs up at the pipeline and then got kicked out. Well. What do we got? Quite a few, actually. Archery's up to 40,000. Nice. I knew some people that actually climbed, what did they climb? I think it was Half Dome. They do Half Dome, I think? I was not jealous of that at all. I'm so terrified of heights. Like, there's no way. There's literally no way I could ever climb that high. I can't climb I've climbed 100 feet, I think, once in my life. And I remember being so terrified that it just, like, it wasn't... I can't even say that it was scary. I just remember, like, screaming to be let down. Because, like, I didn't even, like, I remember at one point just being like, don't fucking quit. Like, just climb to the top and they'll let you down. And I remember getting to the top and this little tiny girl, like, I can't tell if she actually, like, just hated me in this moment. And was just like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy. Because, like, he always says he... And that was, oh my god, that was another thing. Like, being, like, a 5'10", almost 5'11", I wasn't 6 foot. I've shrunk a little bit. I hunch now. But, like, I tell people all the time, like, in my climbing groups, like, I'm afraid of heights. Like, I like climbing low. Like, I'm afraid of heights. And they'd always be like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, there's no way you can climb and be afraid of heights. And, like, I just remember being, like, at the top and just, like, screaming to be let down. Just like, what do you mean? Like, enjoy the view. It's the only spot you get to see above the trees. And I just, like, remember, like, fucking, like, being mortified. And then, like, the rest of the trip, everybody was just like, well, like, I didn't know you were afraid. Like, I'm getting, like, deathly afraid. What the fuck? Nobody takes me seriously. And then I got a job as a zipline tour guide because it was the best paying job I could get, and everybody I knew was working there, so if you ever needed a ride, you knew somebody was driving there. And I learned to just not look down. Genuinely, I just learned to not look down. Eyes fucking forward or up. And I wasn't afraid. Never got over my fear of heights. I fucking looked over that edge so many times. You had to do exercises where you hung off the edge. You had to do rescues and stuff. You had to do all sorts of stuff. But if I ever fucking looked straight down and just, like, took it in for a moment, it was just like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, who had my gear last year? Fuck, did they ever check their stuff? Oh, defense finally made it. Good shit, defense. Defense! Cha-cha-cha, defense! I just don't get it. take the mask off, companies. Like, just be yourself. Be the evil corporation you want to be. Like, skirt the fucking bare minimum. We already know you are. Just be upfront about it. Like, that's the part I just don't get. Again, it's like Wizards of the Coast. Everybody loved Wizards of the Coast, and then all of a sudden that one guy got those cards early, and they literally sent fucking thugs to his house, hired thugs, and it was just like, there we go. Like, take the mask off. Stop pretending. Again, like that pipeline, like they kept fucking like, we'll come to an agreement if they can come to an agreement, and then like fucking months later, they never came to an agreement, and they just put the pipe in anyways, and it was just like, well, we knew you were gonna do that, you stupid pieces of shit. Where are your Pinkerton buddies? Like, just don't get it. I don't know why we still pretend that these fucking companies are our friend. It's like the gaming like entire franchise, like, and I'll admit it, I fell for it. I thought Capcom was my friend, and they were gonna make me a good fucking Dragon's Dogma game after 12 years of not making one. But I got tricked. I'm willing to admit it. Just like, I don't get why people fucking fall for it, but like I do get it. But it is a little weirder for other companies. But I do get it to some degree. Ooh. Oh god, it's fucking 9:30. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to eat breakfast. I didn't even explain this. I went out on my break. I went out there to eat breakfast, and I was just like, doing, you know, my morning routine. I pulled open YouTube to see what was going on YouTube, see the people I'm subscribed to uploaded anything new. I got my main subscription for like this channel. I got my subscription for that different. That's basically my like socializing for like with other streamers and stuff like that. And then I've got my handheld phone, which I've had for like 10 years. And it's got like basically everything I've watched for the last 10 years saved on it. Oh wait, no, I actually don't. But I watch like I've pretty much been watching the same stuff for like the last 10 to 15 years, and then like every so often I'll drop somebody, not because like a controversy or anything, but just like, you know, something happens, life goes, and then I have to find somebody new to watch. Most recently, and I'm not sure how to go about this situation, it's been Jay Witz. Jay Witz was like all of my Pokemon content, and then like when live streaming got popular, he just didn't get into it. Like he decided to follow a different career path, which like great for him. But like now it looks like now he's trying to come back, and it's just like, it's weird. It's like, I don't know, man. Like it's a totally different environment, and I hope you're the best. Oh, perfect. Withdraw one. I'm just gonna do a few of these. Oh, we finally got another one. Come on, dual wielding. Come on, dual wielding. I just got another one back to back. That's crazy. I'm almost out of slots. $50,000. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're halfway there. Whoa! So we're gonna do this pretty much until like, I don't know, noon my time. So like I'll probably do another hour of this, take a break, do another hour of it, and then like use all the crates up. I want to get one of them to 100,000. I want to get all of them to 100,000 and then just use a singular book. Because I think that would be hilarious to just have like 40 books of 100,000 experience. Because, and for all I know, I'll use one book and the glitch fixes itself. I don't know. I'm just hoping that I have a shitload of books all stacked up. Call that booking it. Stacking EXP in my bank. Call that booking it. Got so many people to thank. I can't think of a rhyme for that. Kick him! You're wondering why I didn't use the kick first. It's because I like to save the kick in case the captain shows up. It does so much damage. Oh, bad combo. Ugh. So yeah, I think I need like 300 boxes to like average out all of my books to roughly 100 points or 100,000 points. Because again, so far how I've figured the glitch to work is every time I get one of those books. Oh, are they all stuck in the woods? Oh god, that always sucks. Yep, they're both stuck in the woods. Every time I get one of those EXP books, it goes up by 2,000 points. And then every time I put the EXP books in here, they duplicate. So if I can get these books up to 100,000 points, and then have like 40 of them, I can just max out my levels like it's nothing. 1 or 2 books. And then just have the other books sitting by, and then when they do like a big update, I can just use 2 or 3, maybe if they, depending on how many levels they go by, I can use a few books, and then I don't have to grind for my levels that way, and I can focus on grinding like, okay, they want me to grind 700 bats, 600 trees, 500 frogs. I don't know, I'm weird. Like, again, I'm grinding right now for another grind later. Like, I get that I'm weird, but, like, I'm not hurting anybody. Um, but yeah, I guess I do have to get back on Discord and reach out to these people. Because, like, this... Would you call this game breaking? I called it game breaking, but, like, I don't think that's the right term. Because it doesn't break anything. It's definitely unintended. Now, if it ruins all of the books that you pick up for the rest of the game, that is in fact game breaking. If every book I pick up jumps to 50,000, or if whatever book my Discord account is exactly the same as my Twitch account, so it's easy enough to find and contact me. Well, if I ever need to, I shall. But like I usually just use Twitch Whispers, which I know it's not the greatest way to get a hold of people, but and like I have one. Mine's the exact same, except I mean, I'm guessing yours has a bunch of numbers at the end too, or like, just do you not have to? Mine has a bunch of numbers at the end. I can't remember. But oh, look at that drop! He dropped like everything. Ugh, this stupid box. Alright, I think I'm just gonna open the rest of them this next time. Yeah, I'm just gonna... No, you know what? I'm gonna grind until it's time for me to take a break, and then when I take a break, my break will be long enough that this resets. This whole mess. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've screwed up horribly. This thing hasn't respawned yet. Oh, that was so dumb. As soon as that happened, I read that it was basically because there were a bunch of people high up who wanted names that were taken. And, like, the day after it occurred, there were literally people who had proof that, like, their names had been stolen. And again, I don't know if that's true or not, because I don't like or use... I only started using Discord because, like... And this is gonna sound... This is so conspiracy theorist, but, like, it's fucking true. I started getting really involved in the Dark Cloud Reddit community, and then I started posting, and it was just like, this is really weird. Like, I was getting so much interaction on my posts, and now, like, nobody talks to me. So, like, I checked out the Discord a couple times and basically realized that, like, people had been talking about me on the Discord, but nobody was talking to me. But it was like, this is weird. So, like, I made a couple, like, there's nothing really else to call them at this point besides, like, bait posts. But I made, like, bait posts where I'd, like, seen these people talking to other people, like, minutes ago. And it's just like, well, okay, I'll make a cool-ass post. And I'd make, like, a cool post about my latest playthrough. And it's just like, nobody would talk to me. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? And I never got to the bottom of, like, why it was so fucking weird, but, like, I just became the fucking dark side of the Dark Cloud community. And I've been enjoying it ever since. Which is funny, because I found out that there's, like, even crazier people than me lurking around the Dark Cloud community, but, like... We're on the same side of the crazy bar, but different spectrum. Oh my god. There's one guy I met in the Dark Cloud community. I shouldn't say guy, person. I feel so bad for them. Because, like, I genuinely just don't... I really don't even know how to describe it. I just don't think they know where they are. I really don't know how else to describe it. Like, in time or place. Even thing, maybe. But, like, they joined... I first encountered them in somebody else's stream. And they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm on like a new account, Twitch nonsense, got banned again. And I remember thinking like, this is weird. Like, is this somebody you know? Like, what the fuck? And like, at some point the conversation just got weird. And I remember leaving like the whole stream altogether. And then like, days later, somebody joined my stream and basically said the same thing. And I remember thinking to myself like, oh, I recognize that, but you do have a different name. Like, this is weird. And then I've ran into him a few times in like other streams and stuff like that. And then one time they came into my stream under a totally different name again. And we're like, Twitch is going crazy with this stuff. Like, I can't keep an account for a couple days. And I just remember thinking like, okay, you're going to say something and I'm going to have to ban you. And then are you going to show up again? But they never said anything to get banned. And then there's this person named, and for all I know, that might be the same fucking person. There's this person named Elab who used to come into my streams, and then like, I don't remember like what the conversation went or how it went or what happened, but it ended in them just calling me a woman for like 10 or 15 minutes. Specifically, WOOMAN, Wooman. So like I eventually banned them, but like I have encountered them in probably 5 streams, 6 streams over the last month, 2 months maybe, and they have gotten banned from every single one. Without fail. They have gotten banned from every single chat that I've ran into them without fail. Have a safe travel. Remember, just because it doesn't feel like it, you are sweating, you are losing water, you need to hydrate. But have a safe travel. I will catch you on the flip side. Have fun. Enjoy your time. Cherish the loved ones, as they say. But do keep in mind, just because it's family doesn't mean you have to lose at family game night. But thanks for being here. Hanging out during the grind. Do I wait? Do I wait? Do I wait? Depressingly, I think we just... Oh, there's like no reason to even come back here right now, is there? Oh shit, dude, I fucked that up bad. Oh yeah, dude, I have... Oh. Do I just take the break now? Yikes. I think I just take the break now, y'all. I'm sorry. I have royally fucked up the rotation here. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna try to finish this up. I don't know if I can salvage this. It might honestly just be better for me to take the break and let everybody reset. Oh. You know, truth be told, I think it is. I think it's best that I just take the break now. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna hearth home. Yeah, because these guys are totally fucked up. Shit. No death run! Is that it? No, that's not it. Where is it? Shit. I get my bow down here. We got my bow down here. Gilded fishing rod, sword, oak staff, exceptional willow staff. Pirate pellets. I don't know what to do with that right now. My inventory's full. I literally need to get in contact with. I literally need to get in contact with the devs. All right, y'all. I'm going to take that break. YouTube, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. It's probably going to be more of this.